Oh, well, hello. Greetings. I was just on my phone. I was checking out some really cool stuff about the Grand Canyon. But wait, I'm here at the Grand Canyon. I probably should just look around and see the cool stuff rather than looking at it on my phone. There's plenty of time for that before you get here or after you get here or periodically sometimes just to look at your photos or some information or facts that you want to learn about the park. Now, we all have phones, most of us, or we have limited time with phones to use, or tablets, or to use for games, or to learn, to video, to record people and events, to take photos. The world is surrounded by phones, right? And there's a time to use it and a time to put it down. And in this book, Max Almost Missed It by Chris Britt talks about how Max almost missed everything about the Grand Canyon because he loves his phone. So how can we have our phone but also take the time to enjoy all that's around us? Let's find out in this story. I think it does a pretty good job. There's Max.
Hey, please refrain from using your smartphones while reading this book. Enjoy the story.
There was nothing Max loved more than his smartphone. There he is in the back seat on his smartphone. Amazing stuff ahead. Wow, look! Look at all the signs. They're all lit up. Bubbles of bulbs all around the signs. And he's on his phone, but his parents are looking around and enjoying the views. His family had driven hundreds of miles, but Max hadn't seen a thing. Look at that. The two parents are looking left and right. They're pointing to, what does it look like? Bigfoot, alien ships, unicorns, hot air balloons. All of them being missed by Max because he was on his phone. Oh, here we are at the Grand Canyon. He even missed the entrance to the Grand Canyon. Hola, solote, hey dude. He paid no attention to the visitors. And he walked by 3 giant elk. That's so rude, he bugled. Oh my goodness. How can you offend an elk? Apparently by looking at your phone and not at them. I saw one today, like this. Yeah, they're out there. Look at all these animals. A gray fox and his friends stopped by, but you guessed it, Max ignored them all. What? How could you possibly ignore all these animals and critters? There's a lynx or a bobcat, there's a fox, there's a gray fox, there's turkeys, there's owls and raccoons and rabbits and birds and woodpeckers and ravens and skunks and porcupines and stellar jays and blue jays. And unbelievable. What is he possibly doing on that phone that could steal? Oh, and I forgot the 2 little mice. Unreal. Uh-oh. From out of nowhere, an inky black raven swooped down and grabbed Max's phone.
Give it back,
shouted Max, but the raven paid no attention. Then he flew out of sight. What do you think? I'm thinking he's going to probably play Angry Birds. Get it?
Without my phone, this trip is ruined.
Oh. Let's go, Max. We have a surprise for you. That's his dad. Look at that, on the rim of the Grand Canyon. Should we change scenes to have the backdrop as the Grand Canyon? I think we should. The clouds. Hi, we're at the Grand Canyon. Ooh, you might not see me because the sun is right above me. So when the sunlight comes down on me, the rim of my hat shades me in. Can you see me? Here I am. It's protecting me from the sun so I don't burn, and also so I can see. While I read to you, the main focus is to continue the story so you can see it, right? Max and his family were about to ride mules to the bottom of one of the largest canyons in the world.
My name is Casey, and this is Lori,
said a real live ring,
dusty boots and all. We're here to keep you safe and make sure you have an incredible trip.
Well, look at him. He's got a bandana, some chaps, cowboy boots, Wrangler shirt, vest, cowboy hat with that good old mustache. If you've seen me in my early videos, you know I had one of those too. Max felt magnificent as he slid into the saddle of a mule named Thunderbolt. He imagined chasing bad guys across the Old West. There he is, Marshall, Max, chasing out these outlaws.
Run for it! It's Marshall Max and Thunderbolt.
Max's heart was pounding as they started down the narrow, twisting trail. Thunderbolt liked to walk right along the edge. He's giving you the best view, laughed Casey. Sure is. Slightly a little bit more uncomfortable, I'd say, but maybe worth it, eh? Without warning, a Grand Canyon rattlesnake shook his tail. Right there.
Stay calm and don't get close. They're valuable residents around here, explained Casey.
Oof. Later, Max noticed impressive drawings called rock writing, created by ancient artists.
I'd be in big trouble if I drew on my walls,
Max said.
Eek!
That's what his parents would sound like if they saw him drawing on his wall. How fun would that be, though? Although they are making crayons and markers that you can do that. But always check with a parent. The sun was blazing, just like it is now. As they entered a beautiful oasis called Indian Garden, they hitched the mules and dismounted, trying to walk while saddle sore was quite the chore. Next, Mac munched on a very tasty lunch, looks like an apple, and cooled down with a delightful splash of water. Back on the trail, clomping of hooves announced the arrival of sturdy, big-horned sheep.
He looks like a king,
roared Max. Do you remember my first book was about bighorn sheep in Zion? Suddenly, the largest flying bird in North America soared overhead. That's a California condor, explained Casey. Whoa, how cool is that? I think they have a wingspan of about 9 feet. That's taller than the height of a basketball hoop. As they arrived at Phantom Ranch, the magnificent and mighty Colorado River came into full view.
Wow!
Was all Max could say. Soon they were playing in Bright Angel Creek, After dinner, they discussed their magical day and slept in a cabin under a blanket of stars. Wow. If you ever get a chance, what a great opportunity to stay at the bottom of the Grand Canyon. The following afternoon, they returned to the rim. This time, Max didn't miss a thing. When he noticed his phone had been returned, he couldn't wait to grab it. But only to take a picture of the most amazing place he had ever seen. Ah, what a beautiful story, huh? What a beautiful story. His phone is of great use, especially to take photos, right? However, all the animals and the beautiful scenery was around him, and when he had a chance, once his phone was taken by a raven, his imagination came to life. Then he was able to see all the animals and go down among the bottom of the canyon and enjoy time with his family. So there's a delicate balance, isn't there? Let's read about Chris Britt, the author. Here's a picture of him right here. I don't know if you could. There you go. Chris Britt. Hope you can see that. Sun's coming. Oh, there. As a native of Arizona, Chris Britt has always been inspired by the diversity and incredible beauty of the state. He fishes Arizona's many lakes and streams and on multiple occasions has hiked to the bottom of the Grand Canyon. These days you might find him roaming the south and north rims with his sketchbook in hand, trying to capture the beauty of one of the most majestic spots on the planet. In addition to writing and illustrating children's books, Chris is an award-winning and nationally syndicated editorial cartoonist. His work is distributed nationally and internationally and has appeared in the New York Times, Washington Post, and USA Today. He has his own website, www.cbritain.com. This book I bought at the Visitor Center here at the Grand Canyon. I always like to buy a book from the Visitor Center to support the park. This book is part of the Grand Canyon Conservancy, which is the official nonprofit partner of the Grand Canyon National Park, raising private funds, operating retail shops within the park, and providing premier guided educational opportunities about the natural and cultural history of the region. Our supporters fund projects including trails and historic building preservation, educational programs for the public, and the protection of wildlife and their natural habitat. They also have a website, grandcanyon.org, or you can become a supporter. Oh. Well, as I have started, if you reach out to me via my email, livinmydreams, LIVINMIDREAMZ @gmail.com, and you say, "Hey Crispy Patty, I saw you read this book at the Grand Canyon," I will send it to you. See, this book belongs to no one yet. May you be the first one to own this book, and I will sign it for you and have you. And if you want me to write anything in it, I will be honored. Till next time, don't miss it. We'll see you later.